Stay tuned after the feature for a special message. And now for our feature presentation. Hi everyone, this is Blue Cool Duck speaking. Welcome to episode 5 of Mini Logo Evolution, where we will be revisiting my first ever logo evolution subject. If you've known me and my channel for long enough, you should know what I'm talking about. It's Warner Bros. Home Entertainment. The story begins in 1978. Warner Communications wanted to release their films on the newest home video format at the time, MCA's DiscoVision. The only way to accomplish this was to form their own home video subsidiary, that being Warner Video. They didn't just release onto DiscoVision, however. They also published a solid 20 plus releases on Betamax and Video Home System or VHS cassettes through the Warner Bros., First Artists, and Orion Pictures labels. Distribution around this time was handled by Warner Elektra Atlantic, or WEA for short. This would result in the company expanding themselves in 1979, in which they renamed themselves to WCI Home Video, WCI standing for Warner Communications Inc. They would later rename again to Warner Home Video in 1980, but the WCI name would still be used on the front of their releases until 1981. Warner Home Video would become a major distributor in the home video industry, mainly distributing titles from Warner Bros.' film and television library, but this would expand to Time Warner and their companies when Time Warner acquired Warner Bros. In 1990. Warner Bros. Home Entertainment would later be founded in 2005 to bring all of the home entertainment companies owned by Warner Bros. Under one umbrella. In 2017, the Warner Home Video line was dissolved, making Warner Bros. Home Entertainment the new standard, although the Warner Home Video name didn't disappear until 2019. We have 4 logos to go through, which doesn't sound like a lot, but a plentiful amount of variants for the first 3 do exist. This episode is going to take a while compared to the first 4, so make sure you've prepared yourself a meal and required a beverage to keep your tongue occupied. A new logo from WBHE is supposed to be revealed sometime in the future, but we simply don't know when that will be, so I advise those of you willing archivists to keep an eye out. Now, with all that being said, let's finally get into the logos. Warner Home Video's first logo was this. It's called the Big W, and it was used from June of 1980 to January of 1986. What you're seeing on screen right now is the original WCI version, which was retired in favor of the rename on October 15th of 1981. The remaining variants all have the Warner Home Video name. One animates the same as the previous version, one has a synthesized riser sound accompanied by a German announcer.
Warner Home Video präsentiert.
One has the Warner Home Video name and the Warner Communications byline size consistently. This variant is seen on some VHS releases in France. One variant appears after the warning text scroll and simply reads Warner Home Video. The rest of the variants here are all out of the ordinary. The one on screen now is a Spanish version, which I have 2 videos of. The second video has a dramatic synth note after the logo is complete. There's also this German Warner Video News variant. I was sadly not able to get footage of this one, however. I did get this variant where the entire logo is white on a blue-purple background. Similarly, there's this Tape B variant. I also got this Night at the Movies variant. Now we move into variants from promotional tapes. First up are these July Knockout promo variants from 1985. These variants have a synth tune and an announcer. The opening version animates the exact same as the normal version,
Warner Home Video proudly announces the July Knockout.
and the closing variant is still with an additional trademark beside the Warner Home Video name.
For more details, see the brochure in your promotional pack. It packs a lot of punch.
I have also seen this pair of variants where there is no Warner Communications byline.
The sight and sound of war, of horror, the screen.
You will find full details of all the titles featured in this program in the accompanying dealer fact sheet.
Whoa, 13 variants for a logo that was only used for 6 years? Hard to believe, isn't it? This logo isn't anything too special, but I do like that they utilize their big W symbol for something new here. It's a lot better than just straight up rehashing their film logo at the time. I'm looking at you, Columbia Pictures Home Entertainment. Anyway, CGI, right? Everyone knows it, everyone's used it, including me. In 1985, Warner Home Video utilizes cutting-edge technology to make an entirely new on-screen display, and the result was this. Infamously known as the Cheesy Shield, it debuted on December 9th of 1985, and it retired in March of 1999 in most countries, but it lasted until 2007 in Argentina. Gee, I wonder why. I have a grand total of 22 variants, and I will be sorting all of them here by their bylines. Let's start with the byline list variants first. For those who have never seen this logo before, here's how it normally animates. I have two variants where the logo transitions to this at home with the hits preview attraction text after the logo animates. One of these has the text zooming in, and the other has the text flipping in. There are also two versions where additional text appears. There's a Greek version, and there's a Hebrew version with an announcer. In this variant, the additional text does not fade out and the logo freezes.
וורנר הום וידאו גאים להציג לשחרר את ווילי בקרוב למכירה בקלטות וידאו.
There is also an extended version where the logo shines an extra time and the shield leans towards the screen. This version is usually seen on promotional bumpers. Just to give you an idea of what it's like, here's one version with a German announcer.
Warner Home Video präsentiert. Warner Video News Juni.
There's also a variant where the extended animation is reversed. The sky footage is also different in this variant.
profitable rebellion from Warner Home Video.
The next set of variants have the bylines a subsidiary of Warner Bros. Inc. and a Warner Communications company. Here's the standard version. Here's the extended version.
Coming for May 1987, Clint Eastwood in Heartbreak Ridge, and Jack Webb as the tough guy, D.I. And in June, The Mosquito Coast, plus Screen Legends at a special low price.
And here's a version that starts with the shield leaning towards the camera.
This September, one of America's most wanted stars asks the burning question.
The next set of variants have the subsidiary of Warner Bros. Inc. byline from before, and a new byline reading a Time Warner company. Here's the normal version. Here's a coming soon variant. And here's two versions that appear at the start of promos. One version has a kiss graphic appear on the left side, and the other has the shield leaning towards the camera like usual.
This year, be alone. With the help of...
This December, the long-awaited sequel to one of the hottest videos of all time comes home, and it's got a higher intent to rent than Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Peter Pan, and Dick Tracy.
The last byline variation simply has a Time Warner Entertainment byline. I wasn't able to get so many variants of this one, so I simply have the normal version. Now we get into the abnormal variants. These are variants that largely differ from the usual logo animation or usage of it. The first of these variants I will show you are these variants where the shield turns upright and zooms out. In some cases, this animation will be cut off. The audio always varies.
This June, only from Warner Home Video.
Up next is this variant where the shield is shinier than normal and the text is white. The next variant is this. It has a blue shield rather than a golden shield, constantly spinning.
Remember, that's not all, folks.
Going even weirder here, we have two French variants with a voiceover. The second version is in black and white.
Warner Home Video vous présente une sélection de ses prochaines sorties location. Warner Home Video vous présente une sélection de ses prochaines sorties location.
What the f is this animation? Anyway, the weirdest variant is this one. We fade in to see the shield in a shinier and more detailed form than usual, surrounded by some of Warner Home Video's releases. Then, all but the shield crossfade to the actual logo, and the shield shines before fading into its traditional look, followed by the entire logo playing in reverse. Take a look for yourself. Going back to the original, this is quite well done for 1985. The music, which is actually a synthesized version of the 1937 Warner Bros. Fanfare, gives this logo a sort of bombastic feel to it. And the animation, while simple, is quite nice. That being said though, I feel like it being used until 2007 is stretching it too thin. Especially since, by the new millennium, this logo must have become outdated. Which brings us to our next logo, the Peaceful Shield. It was introduced on December 20th of 1996, and it was unfortunately discontinued on March 19th of 2019. I have 10 variants. The first 3 have no byline, and the third variant is PAL pitched. The next 3 variants have an AOL Time Warner byline. Most of the variants with this byline usually have the music pitched down a semitone, but sometimes the pitch will remain normal. I also have a variant that appears at the end of a program. This also has the AOL Time Warner byline. The 8th variant has the synthesized version of the string tune when the logo is completely formed. The final 2 are abnormal variants. One looks a lot like the 1984 to 2001 Warner Bros. Pictures logo, and the last variant is its French variant, with the same announcer audio from the previous logo's French variants.
Warner Home Video vous présente une sélection de ses prochaines sorties location.
I will reiterate, what the f*** is this animation? It's actually a lot better than before. This logo is beautifully made for 1996. The simplistic animation, again, and the blissful music pull through for this logo, and it holds up incredibly well today. It's no wonder this logo was used for so long, 23 years in fact. If logos had ESRB ratings, this one would definitely be an EC for early childhood. It was part of my childhood, so I would know. But why was this logo even discontinued? There's nothing wrong with it. Well, in 2017, Warner Bros. Decided to remake this logo and bring it up to today's standards. When said remake made its debut on March 14th of that year, disappointment was aroused in just about everybody. The next, final, and current logo from Warner Bros. Home Entertainment looks like this. You could just call this logo the Peaceful Shield too, but to further keep up the act of revisiting my origins, I'm going to call this logo the Cloudy Shield. Honestly, this is not as bad as everyone says. It's a decent update to the previous design, and I quite like it. Now, according to some sources, Warner Bros. Home Entertainment has rebranded to Warner Bros. Discovery Home Entertainment. So like I said, there's a chance that they may introduce a new on-screen identity, but we simply don't know when or if that'll happen. So until we really know for sure, I just advise you all to keep your eyes out. Before I end this video off, I want to give a huge shout out to VPJ Logo, Jordan Rios, Logic Smash, and the many others who uncovered the captures used, along with Some Dude Vista and Squid Boxer for verifying the legitimacy of these captures. This video would not have been possible without their help. Go check out their social handles and show them some support. Thanks for watching everyone, and I'll see you next time. Stay cool!